Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, dear participants in the 2020 Non-Proliferation Disarmament Summer School for Latin America and Caribbean diplomats. This has been an amazing 2 weeks, and we've seen many extraordinary speakers, panelists, and above all, really engaging discussion despite the virtual environment that we found ourselves in. We've had the last couple of hours today, we've actually seen the result of that very engaging discussions amongst participants. And this brings us to the closing ceremony to hand over your certificates, to acknowledge your participation. And we have three extraordinary leaders in this field that will make some closing remarks at the end. First, we will have Mr. Alejandro González, the Director General of the Romero Institute, and Ambassador Bonzanini from OPANAL, and my colleague, Dr. William Potter, the Director of the Center for Nonproliferation Studies. So what we will do, and we hope that the technology will work for us, is I will share a presentation to acknowledge all of the participants, and we deeply appreciate the fact that you joined us and that you benefited from this experience, and we will take it from there. Paula, can you see the presentation?
Yes, it's coming there.
All right. So, Paula, I give it to you.
Oh, I mean, just for you to see, actually, not just the names, but actually put a face to each of the names that you have been looking around, and so if later on there's a disarmament meeting, you can actually recognize each other. Hopefully, you will be the next diplomats that will actually make a contribution in the name of Latin America and the Caribbean. So let's start, Jan. Okay, so congratulations, Aliecia Taylor is the disarmament expert from the permanent mission to the United Nations from Antigua and Barbuda. Kira Carbon, Foreign Service Officer, Ministry of Foreign Affairs from Antigua and Barbuda. Melissa Viola, Third Secretary of International Organizations Department from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Argentina. Facundo Alejandro Salomon Gras, Third Secretary of International Organizations Department from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Argentina. Antonio Victor Butler, Foreign Service Officer, American Division, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Bahamas. Shakira Virginia de la Vega Loza, Second Secretary, Embassy of Bolivia in Mexico. Sonia Elizabeth Sarmiento Terán, Nuclear Energy and Disarmament Officer from the Multilateral Affairs Directorate at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Bolivia. Eric Elena Campos, Diplomat at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Brazil. Luis Enrique Guadagni Sachi, Second Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Brazil. Nicole Michelle Ledoux Vargas, Third Secretary, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Chile. Silvia Rebecca Mois Blanchi, responsible for North America, Central America, Caribbean, and Africa and Oceanian Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Costa Rica. Alina Cañas Vargas, Advisor to the Legal Department of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Costa Rica. Remilia White, Senior Executive Officer, Protocol and Consular, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the one before, yeah, International Business and Diaspora Relations from Dominica. Joseph Anderson, Police Officer, Commonwealth and Dominica Police Force, Dominica. Ángel Velázquez Guevara, First Secretary, Consulate of Ecuador in Connecticut. Patricio Eduardo Muñoz Caicedo, Second Secretary, Embassy of Ecuador in Russia. Pablo Andrés Figueroa Girón, Third Secretary of Multilateral Policy Branch for the United Nations. Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Guatemala. Gonzalo Mauricio Vázquez Orozco, Third Secretary of the Multilateral Policy Branch of the United Nations, also from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Guatemala. Ambassador Mario Adolfo Bucaro Flores, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Guatemala to Mexico. William Nicolas Pierre, Attaché, IT Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Peterson Benjamin, First Attaché, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Honduras. Isela Hernández Castellanos, Multilateral Cooperation Analyst, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Honduras. Pamela del Pilar Bu Bazán, Advisor for Economic and Cooperation Affairs, Honduras. Camille Semil, Foreign Service Officer, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade from Jamaica. Attila Beckford, Foreign Service Officer, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica. Aliecia Taylor, Foreign Service Officer, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica. Andrew Rodgers, Foreign Service Officer, also from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica. Enia Daniela Ramirez Castillo, Program Officer, OPANAL. Agustín Alberdi Ángeles Rivera, Protection Consul, Consulate of Mexico in Del Rio, from Mexico. María Elena Arenas Mujica, Protection Officer, Consulate of Mexico in San Francisco. Rodrigo Alcocer Urueta, Consul, Consulate of Mexico in St. Paul. Carlos Vladimir Rubio Noguerola, Head of Economic and Commercial Section, Embassy of Mexico in Korea. Gamaliel Bustillos Muñoz, Director of Special Projects, Directorate of Consulate Affairs. Miguel Ángel Uribe Hernández, Head of Economic Affairs, Cooperation and Promotion, Embassy of Mexico in Ukraine. Guillermo Chávez Conejo, Head of Political Affairs and Press in the Embassy of Mexico in India. Omar Alfredo Bielma Velázquez, Head of the Consular Section, Embassy of Mexico in Ethiopia. Olivia Primavera Rodríguez Bobadilla, Head of International Cooperation, Embassy of Mexico in Brazil. Carmen Montserrat Robalo Otero, Head of Economic Affairs and Cooperation and International Cooperation, Embassy of Mexico in Honduras. Alfonso de Alba Aguayo, Congress Affairs, Embassy of Mexico in the United States. Coronel, Advisor, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nicaragua. Alfonso de, no, next one, yes. Abel Villilpuga, their Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Panama. Felix Spencer de Souza, Coordinator for the Ministry of Public Security for Resolution 5040, Panama. Daniel Baez Vera, their Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Paraguay. Carlos Alberto Río Segura, Under Director of International Security, Weapons Control and Disarmament, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Peru. Maya Teresa Soto Malca, Advisor, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Peru. Natalia Sorina, Research Officer from OPANAL. Tenalaula Laplace, Service Officer from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Aviation, San Kitts and Nevis. Buell John Morris, Administrative Officer, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of San Vincent and the Grenadines. Keishon King, Administrative Officer, also from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Commerce of San Vincent and the Grenadines. Talia Clement, Foreign Service, Department of External Affairs, Santa Lucia. Jenber Caesar, Foreign Services Officer, also from the Department of External Affairs of Santa Lucia. Lauren Rayu, Foreign Service Officer, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and CARICOM Affairs from Trinidad and Tobago. Kimberly González, Foreign Service Officer, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and CARICOM Affairs from Trinidad and Tobago. Nesha Persad, Operations Agent, Caribbean Diplomatic Academy, University of West Indies in Trinidad and Tobago. Arina Galliden, Administrative Assistant, Caribbean Diplomatic Academy, also from Trinidad and Tobago. Maria Virginia Tebot Denis, Second Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Uruguay. María Florencia del Co González, Second Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Uruguay. Rafael María Villamor Rocha, First Secretary, Embassy of Uruguay in Mexico. Natalia Cretis, Administrative Officer from OPANAL. Jefferson Adonai Forero Prada, Analyst, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of CARICOM Affairs from Venezuela. Sair Ramses Sira Mendez, First Secretary, Embassy of Venezuela in Mexico. Aldo Vicenzo Perfetto Alexandro, Coordinator of International Peace and Security Desk in the Office of the Deputy Minister for Multilateral Affairs of Venezuela. María Elena Anzola Padrón, Advisor to the Ambassador on International Policy, Embassy of Venezuela in Mexico. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you very much, Paula. Apologies for the little technical glitches. The presentation kept rolling, and I couldn't stop it. So, but nevertheless, it was great to see so many faces behind all the names, and I'm sure our closing speakers will agree that it was impressive to see from where people actually participated from. You know, we had presenters and participants from all over the world, from Tokyo, from New Delhi, to Seoul, to all over Europe, all over the Americas. And people signed on I think yesterday afternoon, or our time afternoon, it was midnight in New Delhi, and the participant was still very active. So with that, thank you very much and congratulations. And so I will ask Alejandro González to start with his remarks.
Thank you very much, Dr. William C. Potter, Founding Director by the James Martin Center Non-Proliferation Studies, Ambassador Flávio Roberto Bonzanini, Secretary General of OPANAL, Paola Ramirez from the Mexican desk to the UN Affairs in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and in particular, Jean Dupree, Senior Program Manager for Education and Training at James Center for Non-Proliferation Studies. My remarks are for students, first of all. This edition of the summer school had 63 participants from 24 different countries, including Mexico. Compared to previous editions, we have doubled the participation of diplomats from everywhere in America, our continent. And very importantly, the school kept strictly gender balance. I want to thank you all, to congratulate you all for your interest and dedication for this summer school. And I hope you will continue working internationally to stop proliferation of nuclear weapons and to engage with your governments in the legal regimes for disarmament. For the institutions participating in this year's summer school, many, many thanks for your support. We hope to continue working together towards a common cause for peace and security worldwide. To my colleagues from the Matías Romero Institute, many thanks as well for this terrific online effort. It was the first edition completely online, and I want to recognize the team of the Diplomatic Academy of the Matías Romero Institute to keep alive and in motion our online campus. And finally, I want to thank again to the organizers for this great effort to preserve in very difficult times this summer school. I wish you all the best, and we will love to see you next year in Mexico City. Many thanks.
Thank you, Alejandro, and also thank you through you to all your colleagues at the Institute. It was an amazing effort, especially given the continuous updating of the course platform, and I think that is something that you should be very proud of. Thank you very much, Ambassador Roberto Bonzanini, the Secretary General of OPANAL. You have the floor, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Distinguished colleagues, distinguished participants, it's my pleasure to address you today at the closing ceremony of the 2020 online Latin American and Caribbean Non-Proliferation and Disarmament Summer Course, for young diplomats. Despite the fact that the summer course was held online this year, it provided us with the opportunity to listen to and interact with very high-level professionals, diplomats, members of civil society, and professors, from whom I'm sure you have learned a lot. I hope that you will apply at your work the knowledge you have acquired during those past 2 weeks, and thus you will maintain the historical tradition of our region of contributing to international peace and security. I'd like once again to thank the Secretariat for Foreign Affairs of Mexico, the Institute Matías Romero, and the James Martin Center for Nonproliferation Studies for the good planning and structuring of this highly professional and comprehensive summer course for diplomats of Latin America and the Caribbean. I wish all the participants success in your careers, and I hope to meet you soon at our next joint events. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Bonzanini, and also thank you and for you in your personal capacity, but also your staff. And I'm also obviously very proud that one of our former students, Alday, is working with you. It was good to see him on occasion as well. Our next speaker, and I'm very pleased to introduce my boss and the director for the James Martin Center for Nonproliferation Studies, Dr. William Potter. Bill, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Jean. I can only really echo the sentiments of my colleagues. I mean, we really didn't know what to expect when we conceived of this online version of our summer school. But I think by almost all measures, it was a great success. And I think that's really a testament both to the work that you invested in and our colleagues from the Foreign Ministry, Matías Romero Institute, and OPANAL. I think we've kind of demonstrated over the half dozen years in which we've been engaged that we may come from different countries, we may have different interests in some regards, but I think we share a commitment to disarmament and non-proliferation education. And regardless of the difficulties that we face internationally, I think this particular summer school demonstrated that we have more in common than we have that separates us. What I miss most really was the opportunity to interact, socially with both my colleagues who are the lecturers, but also the students, the young diplomats. And there's really no substitute for that kind of in-person environment, but I think we did the next best thing. And what I am confident is that whether it's at the next NPT review conference, whenever that takes place, or other international negotiations, that we will have a chance to interact again, to get to know one another, and to promote our shared interests in the spheres of disarmament and non-proliferation. So I want to thank our partners, and I very much look forward to seeing you, whether it's in New York, in Geneva, or certainly, I hope, next summer in Mexico City. I look forward to continuing this important tradition. So thank you all, and I wish particularly our young diplomats the best of luck in their budding professional careers.
Thank you very much, Bill. Paula, you're going to be presenting the closing remarks on behalf of the Director General.
Yes, I will. He regretted he could not be here today. He had a last-minute commitment to attend, but he requests me to read the following message for you. So it says, "Good afternoon. I'm very honored to address you all in this closing ceremony of the 2020 Summer School on Non-Proliferation and Nuclear Disarmament for Diplomats in Latin America and the Caribbean. First of all, let me express you my deepest gratitude to the James Martin Center of Non-Proliferation Studies, the Agency for the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons in Latin America and the Caribbean, and the Matías Romero Institute for their committed support to organize this 2020 summer school. Dear participants, I hope that you have found enriching the course discussions with experts and international organization representatives on an issue of the utmost importance for humanity, nuclear disarmament. As the High Representative for Disarmament Affairs of the United Nations, Mrs. Izumi Nakamitsu, stressed out the first day of the course, nuclear weapons, along with climate change, are existential threats to our planet, and therefore one of the highest priorities for the United Nations. Mexico shares this perspective and is fully committed to support UN's work on this field. We are convinced that education for disarmament and peace is one of the most effective tools to achieve the elimination of nuclear weapons. For years now, Mexico has engaged in promoting education for disarmament. The summer school is one of our efforts aimed to raise awareness on the danger and humanitarian consequences of nuclear weapons and develop regional capabilities to advocate for disarmament. We are very pleased of having this year a large group of attendees. We have had the largest number of participants ever registered for the summer school since its creation. We are also glad to have 31 active female participants in this course, which represents half of the total number of attendees, as Mexico is committed with a feminist foreign policy promoting gender equality and non-discrimination. In times of international confrontation and tensions never seen since the end of the Cold War, we need strong voices calling for the elimination of nuclear weapons and advocating for international peace. We need new generation of Latin American diplomats taking an active role to promote nuclear disarmament in every relevant multilateral fora, following the steps of the Tlatelolco Treaties negotiators. We hope that this summer school program could become a seedbed of regional experts of nuclear disarmament issues. We hope that the knowledge that you have acquired during this course could support your work as current or future representative of your countries to promote international peace and security. We are eager to continue hearing from you all, to cooperating with each one of your countries and to achieve a world free of nuclear weapons. I wish you all success in your current and future endeavors. That will be the message from Dr. Eduardo Jaramillo, Director General for the United Nations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paula. That was a befitting message to close our course. I would like to take this opportunity, Paula, to thank you personally for the efforts that you've put in. We've had endless hours of discussions over Zoom, and I know in the background you have worked extremely hard to pull this all off. So thank you so much for your efforts. It paid off at the end. I think we saw this morning the quality of the discussions that was held was certainly gratifying. Since I am in the mode of thank you, I would also like to thank all the colleagues who participated as lecturers and panelists. We've had an amazing, about 30 panelists and lecturers from all over the world. We've had a number of from CNS that has gone way beyond what they normally prepare, and I'd like to thank them. And I'd like to also stress in particular two individuals, Eduardo Fuji from the Center for Nonproliferation Studies, who was responsible for all the recording. So all these sessions are recorded and will be available on the website or the course platform of the Institute. So, and then lastly but not least, my dear friend Nomsa Ndongwe, who has been in the background helping with and participating also as a panelist herself. So the final point that I'd like to make, and I'd like to use this opportunity, as I mentioned before, to announce that the James Martin Center for Non-Proliferation Studies annually hosts visiting fellows. This is a program that was established by Dr. Potter way back in 1991. We bring typically junior to mid-career professionals from foreign ministries, national export control bodies, journalists, etc., academic institutions to Monterey for about a 3.5-month fellowship that would focus not only on learning more about non-proliferation, but it would also involve in-depth research. The second half of the year during the fellowship is typically also devoted to a very unique master's degree course taught by Dr. Potter that involves a full semester-long simulation of an important arms control or disarmament issue, and at this time it is the NPT. However, since we are living in the COVID-19 environment, the Middlebury Institute will not be open for in-person classes this coming fall, and hence the fellowship will not be available for in-person activity too. So we are therefore pleased to announce that we will invite fellows from Latin America and the Caribbean, or candidates from Latin America and the Caribbean, to apply. The detail is on our website, and I would be pleased to engage both the foreign ministry, foreign ministries of other countries, but also OPANAL and the Institute to receive applicants for this amazing opportunity. It will be all online, although we hope that by the end of the year or perhaps early next year, we may be able to bring the fellows to Monterey for a short period where they could present their research and engage with experts in the field. So with that, I'm going to give this back to Paula to formally close the summer school.
Thank you very much, Jan. Just, well, the final announcement will be that you all will receive your course certificates through email. So just give us a couple of weeks for you to receive them, but you will receive them. Just bear with us with the timing also because of the current situation. Of course, before closing, I really also want to express my deepest gratitude to Jan. We have been working on this together, and it has been also something that I really enjoy a lot. It has been an exchange of ideas, and hopefully we'll have again this course and improving it after this online experience, which I actually say, okay, it went better than I expected, because I mean, we didn't actually know how it was going to result. So good, we survived it, Jan. It's now we are expecting that you all enjoy the course as much as we did, and of course, Bill also thank you for supporting all the crazy Mexican efforts in order to have more nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation education. We are in this together. There's still a lot to do, and we keep committed to that goal. OPANAL also as a great ally of these endeavors, and particularly to Alejandro Alday and his team. Your team has been there in the front 24/7, and we really appreciate, because they made this possible. So thank you to you all, and of course, dear participants, without you and without your commitment and your involvement in this course, this will not be possible. I really hope that you learn something from this, and that you will actually help us in creating more awareness about the importance of nuclear disarmament. Thank you all. Congratulations to all of you, and hope to see you soon.